Alright, so let's talk control. Yes, I am in control. The only thing is the difference in this control and the previous control, the past control, is I was very dictatorship. I was very my way or the highway. I was very, if I don't get my way, I'm throwing tantrums energetically, and you're going to know that I'm displeased until I get my way. That is the previous way that I expressed control. Presently, the reason why you see me controlling things is because I'm the one who's offering solutions. I'm the one who's like, hey, this isn't how we should be functioning. We need to change some things up. And he's like, well, I don't like your change. I was like, well, what change would you like to implement? I want things to stay the same. Things can't stay the same. We need to actually learn how to love each other instead of continuously causing trauma on each other and living in trauma and loving that I love you enough and I like you enough that you can traumatize me. They can't traumatize me, but you can traumatize me, and so that makes me happy. What he has to understand for himself, and what many men need to understand for themselves, is the love-hate relationship they have with the women in their lives, because the women in their lives were their first lovers as well as their first abusers. Most of our mothers were our first lovers and our first abusers, and so we love them, but we don't love them because they treat us how we're not supposed to be treated. And we know that because if outside of our mother's care we're treated that way, we know it's a problem. But it's supposed to be okay with our mothers. And so my husband has been under that regime his entire life. Every woman that he's been with, including myself, has been verbally abusive, has been manipulative, has been controlling. And he has developed a way of surviving that control by making himself small, not stating his opinion, and being led. And I'm tired of being the leader when I know now, present day, how my husband can be the head of household. Now it's going to take work for him, because someone who has shrunk themselves for survival their entire life has to now start going from an I don't know perspective to I gotta figure some stuff out. And that's difficult, especially when you're 50 years old. So I may not have the best approach. The way that I speak to him today is light years away from how I used to speak to him. Like, I think I'm doing great, but every time I get feedback from y'all, I'm like, keep refining. So I appreciate the feedback. But yes, I have to control this until he takes control. And I'm excited in the areas in our lives that he's starting to express control, and he is taking leadership. Just yesterday, he was just like, I'm sitting there telling Angel she needs to do better and she needs to better herself and da-da-da-da. And I had to look at myself and say, yo, I need to better myself. So I'm committed. Like, he's starting to stop cussing. He's starting to stop smoking as much as he smokes, or if at all, because he hasn't even been to the dispensary. He's starting all these different behaviors that I have been controlling and saying, hey, you know, he watches how he speaks to the children differently. So yes, all of these are things that I have introduced that he has fought me, and I have fought back because I refuse to stay stuck in anything that is not God divine love. So hopefully you guys can understand and receive that. I don't have too many more responses. This is a snapshot in an entire life, you understand? And the times that those videos were filmed, me and my husband were just together because neither one of us can afford to leave each other, and we got kids that need their mother and their father. So that's why at that time, if I had the money, I'd have been out. I didn't like that man, and I didn't love that man. He was doing nothing that was lovable, and he was doing nothing that was likable. And I was just like, yeah, I'm stuck. And these fucking kids, my sons need to be in the home with their father. And so that was the energy of those videos. So anything that I'm saying, my inflexibility, my energy, my attitude, I don't like you. Like, I'm on this date night because, yeah, let's try to make this work. Let's try to have these conversations. That's why I recorded them, because I want you guys to see the process. Those of you who are doing the work, I want you to see the process. I am not saying that I'm doing this right, so I appreciate your feedback. But what I'm saying is, I need you guys to be involved in this process, because those of you who are done being miserable, done accepting status quo, and you want to do something about it, I am demonstrating that it's possible. but it has to be the right person, right? Dre is the right person for me. Dre is the person that I'm going to return to love with. Dre is a person that I'm going to return to like with. I actually like him. We sleep in the same bed again, but Dre is that person for me. Dre is worth it. He is a phenomenal human. He has the nuts and bolts and the inner workings of an amazing human. He just has a lifetime of trauma that he has to accept and then work through. He's just now starting to accept that he has trauma to work through. And that was a huge obstacle. Those of you who have been on the ride understand that I have been working on this man since last year, 2023, February. I have been working on him for him to even acknowledge that he has trauma and he has work to do. So now he's there and he's doing the work. And that's all I ask. I will release control when my husband shows that he can take control. And I want him to. I want to be led. I want to look at my husband and be like, yeah, that's my boo. What we doing today, boo? Okay. You want me to do what? Oh, you like it when I do that? Tell me what to do. Control my ass, please. I've been controlling everything in my life for 40 some odd years. Please control me.